Is there any questions at all?
I'm curious, you did your study in November. Do you think the results might have been different if you did it around spring break, for example? I realize it's a timing issue.
Okay, so you're asking us, because of the date being in November that our program actually happened, would it be a different thing if it were right before spring break? Okay, that's a great question. And actually, when we've heard the focus group, as we just discussed, and then we're kind of brainstorming as a group here. Well, sunscreen, you don't want to hear that in November. You know, you want to do it before spring break, or even before they go out for summer break. But after researching it, we decided that there was so much lack of knowledge in the area that we felt it was important to address it in the winter months. It was almost like we are addressing this in the winter because you have to know about it year-round. So we also we left out the tanning bed users because for behavioral learning objectives, or for objectives, it was a different, I'm going to say it was just a different road to go down. So we started it broad, like trying to give information on every kind ultraviolet rays, and then we kind of narrowed it down, and we felt it was important to deliver the message in the winter.
Also, those booths I was explaining earlier, the Melanoma and You booth was geared towards that. That is not just about sunbathing, it's all year long. It has to do with certain careers and sports activities that you could be at risk for melanoma.
Are there any other questions? Yes.
Of all the statistics you presented, the one that was really striking to me is actually not associated with the data that you collect. It goes back to the epidemiology data that the well-known sunny climes of Oswego County and Monroe County, New York, have incidence rates far in excess of the national data, which includes the South, presumably, the Southwest. Last time it was 70 degrees around here was back on October 10th, I think. It's a half a year ago. We're just not outside all that much compared to a lot of other places. Do you guys have any thoughts about why we have a higher incidence rate than the rest of the country?
Okay, so I'm going to reinstate your question to the best that I can. So why, with the lack of sun in the area that we live with compared to other places in the country, do we feel we're faced with such a high statistics of melanoma? Okay, and I'll kind of go over more. Well, while researching the whole topic, we saw that even, like she said, careers and athletes, we are under the illusion that we don't need to use sunscreen. So if I were raised in Arizona, maybe from birth to my age now, it would be something that would be common sense, or maybe community initiatives. There's more literature, even in the schools in Arizona and California when we're researching. They had more, like, when you see nutritional posters in schools now, they had sun safety and I don't think I've ever been in a school district in New York State that had sun safety posters or media or awareness. So, promotional information. So I think we're under the illusion, because we only see the sun a bit of our times living in upstate New York, that when we do see it, we're safe, it's fine to be outside, unprotected, and then we are at most risk with that sunburn, which gets into the medical aspects of it, but that sunburn can be a precursor for the melanoma.
Any further questions?
I just want to point out, in relation to the question about the timing of the program has been adopted by the Health Promotions Office and has been run a second time during the spring semester. So yes, it's important in the spring, but it is also important for those snow sports, snowboarding, everything that hopefully got students thinking with this program in the fall.
Yeah, with that said, our focus group, like as we showed on the slide, 3 males and 3 females. Out of that, half were athletes for the winter months. One was a contractor that worked part-time job while in college that worked outside in the winter. And there was such a lack of knowledge about melanoma and the serious risks that we felt the winter was just the perfect time for us to step in with this. So, are there any other questions? Yeah. Yes.
I actually wondered how much our need to escape to the warmer climates for vacations when we're not used to it affects our weight.
Well, repeat the question. I don't.
Okay, so the question you're asking, so our need to escape to warmer climates, we don't have maybe a base tan, so we're getting more of those sunscreen or sunburns more. So, let's see.
Well, okay. Well, researching, it's not like you can't protect your skin by over tanning to protect yourself from that one initial sunburn or a second sunburn. And I think being from up here, we say we're going to tan and then go on vacation. But in reality, the appearance of your tan and what's happening in the layers of your skin are 2 different things. So that melanoma may be under your skin cells at this time and is not prevalent yet until it's a spot that you can see. And there was no research saying that you should tan before you go on vacation to help reduce melanoma. If that's an answer, there was no support for that. But I know where you're coming from. We did really research a lot of the ways. Like I'm wearing the bronzer, and there's other ways to appear tan in a healthy state. Are there any other questions? Thanks for your questions, by the way, because for me, this is where I'm most comfortable. And this was a great program, and it's interesting. And through the whole process, we never thought we would make it, but we did. And the importance of it drove us to continue. What is that?
Competitive process.
Oh, this was a competitive process. There was 5 other grants being offered to be chosen to implement the program. So, and we had tough competition. This methods block, I'm speaking personally, consisted of some very highly motivated and professional students. I'm not sure how ours was chosen through all. We saw other people's grant proposals, and they were so well written, and the time that everybody spent on them seemed, as valuable as ours. But in the long run, we won, and I'm glad because they are doing our program again, and I hope it's something SUNY schools as a whole pick up. One of the things we came across was the refillable, like the U-clip thing. They were handing those out in Arizona at a college with freshman packets, and there was huge, great effect with that. Then they had a refillable pump at the health promotion office. So these students, which a lot of them said, I'm not using it because it's expensive. I don't want to go buy it, or I'll wait till I get home and have someone else get it for me. Sunscreen is expensive, and I think by providing the information, some samples, and having them understand the severity of it and the seriousness, then I think that it's something that can be changed in this SUNY school as well as others, Oswego.
Creating healthy habits, too, of use.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions?
All right. Well, thank you all for attending. Let's give our presenters a hand. Let's give our presenters a hand for their hard work. Thank you. And again, if anybody has a form you need me to sign, come on up, and I'll be glad to do that for you now.